Hi, this is Father Lastone Robert Lupupa, SJ, with the program Conversations with Father Lupupa. In the previous program, I talked to you about the law of attraction. The law of attraction simply says that a thing is drawn unto its likeness. Similar thoughts will attract each other. Similar emotions will attract each other. It's like we are vibrating on the same frequency, and that is how you are able to pick that frequency. The transmitter is broadcasting on a particular frequency, and for you to follow a particular program, you have to be on the same frequency. And so in life, things are drawing into each other because they are on the same vibrational frequency. And with the law of attraction came the breakthrough of people managing their lives and removing that notion that things are happening to me, but actually I'm the cause. I can predetermine the outcome of what I want by simply fine-tuning my thoughts and my emotions, and then I begin to attract that which I am focused on. If you're able to see me just now on the screen, on your screen could be on your TV and on your cell phone, it's because the camera is focused on me. If the camera loses my focus, then you're not going to see me. What is coming into your life is because that is what you're focused on. If you're focused on something that is joyful, something that is causing happiness, that is exactly what you're going to draw into your life. If you are focused on poverty, you are going to experience more poverty. If you go to a funeral house, immediately you hear, what you are hearing is what you are focusing in with your sense of hearing. And then that is what is going to draw the sorrow, the grief out of you. And so you begin to participate in that which is around your environment. Today, I want to go a little bit deeper by analyzing your thoughts and your emotions so that we may be in charge of our feelings and our thoughts. Why? Because oftentimes people will say, well, I'm in trouble. Well, pray for me. I don't understand what's happening. You don't have to say I don't understand. Why? Because you have drawn that into your experience. And somebody says, well, I didn't wake up properly today. I woke up on my left side. I am moody. No, you are causing the moodiness. And so that is what we want to share about. And we are going to call it the matrix of your thoughts and your emotions. What you are feeling, what you are thinking has been ignited, has been caused, has been started by you. You are the button that is starting what you are thinking. Now, for instance, how do you change then what you're thinking about? You can do it on two levels. Level one is simply by removing the focus, changing the focus. So if you are looking at something that, supposing you're watching the DSTV and you don't like that which you are watching, so what do? You don't start regretting that they should have acted wrongly, why presenting us with this movie, I don't like this movie. No, you simply change the channel. You change the channel so that you watch that which you want. I don't watch soccer. I'm not a soccer fan, so you'll never find me sitting before the TV watching soccer. I don't watch wrestling, so you'll never find me watching wrestling. And if I go somewhere, I find people watching wrestling, I may excuse myself to go and do something else. That because I respect and honor my feelings and my emotions. Now, this is simply said, but in real life, people are in trouble. People are going through pain. People go into depression because they have failed to change the channel. They have failed to press a simple button to move to the next channel. And so it is like somebody has taken your remote control. Why are you looking at what you're looking? No, there is no remote control. Or I don't know how to change the channel. The good news is that I've come to announce to you that you have the remote control in your hands. You have the remote control in your hands. It is there. It's you to change the channel. Nobody should change the channel for you. And besides, you are the actor, you are the director. You are the starring of your own movie. You are choosing which role to play and how it has to come out. You can rehearse and then audit, edit, and ask other people to make comments. And at the end of the day, it becomes you. You in the capital letters and in bold. You. Who am I? I am my thoughts. I am my feelings. When you wake up sad, it's because your thoughts have ignited, have caused you to feel sad. So, do you want to move into your new day with the previous focus on the things that caused you to feel sad? Certainly not. So, how do you soothe those thoughts? How do you soothe? How do you calm down your emotions? I have here in the studios this machine. It is a very wonderful machine for massaging. I don't want to call it any name, but it vibrates. And when it begins to run, there's an infrared, and you can run it over your body, over your feet, especially at the back. And if you have somebody to do it for you, it gives a very good feeling. So what does this machine do? It causes your muscles to relax. And once they are relaxed, your mind also relaxes because your mind is connected to your whole entire system. And when you have done it for good minutes, you may find yourself dozing off and going to a very deep sleep. Now, look at this. This is something that is acting on your body, on your muscles. And the muscles are obeying. They cannot resist the vibration from this machine. And then your whole entire system begins to obey because of the power of vibration. The power of vibration. And suddenly you doze off and you may be snoring. You need something like this to soothe those emotions, those feelings that are causing you to be scared, those feelings that are causing you to sweat, those feelings that are causing you to have sleepless nights. You need an emotional machine, an emotional vibration machine, which can soothe your heart. It can soothe your heart. You need something like this which can soothe and calm down your thoughts. So, what is that? That is very important. And if you are following me carefully, it is your decision. It is your point of focus. It is your deciding that I am not going to feel the way I am feeling just now. And one of the methods that you can use to soothe your thoughts or your mind is to recontextualize. You remove yourself from the context in which you are and put yourself in the context in which you want, which will change your point of focus or your immediate experience. If this room is very hot and I'm finding it uncomfortable to be here, what will I do? I will want to go to another room or simply walk outside. I am not condemned to be in my room, in that room where you are. You have the feet, you can walk, or simply change the atmosphere by putting on the fan, or simply by turning on the aircon, if you have one, that is. That is what is going to change the atmosphere. Complaining does not change the atmosphere. Talking about it does not change the atmosphere. Picking a cold, talking to somebody, it's so hot here, that will not change the atmosphere. It is a decision that you have to make. If it is very cold, talking about the cold weather does not change the weather. What changes is when you decide to put on something warm. And then all of a sudden you begin to sweat. Why? Because it's just too warm. The jacket or the sweater or that huge thing, the bombasa they call, that is what is going to change. It's not how much you talk about it. You see, God has given us almost everything. And literally everything. God is looking to you to manage what He has given you. And one of the things that you're managing are these two things that I want to be talking about. In fact, in all the series of these programs on the law of attraction, the law of opposites, and the law, what I call the thoughts and mind, how to soothe your mind and heart, is all this thing called a decision making. Recontextualize. Remove yourself where you are and put your mind where you want to be. Now, how does that work? How does that work? Can you think about something that is exciting? And that is how your mind will change. Your mind is flexible. You just have to tell it where to go. It is a toolbox. And once you have mastered how to use the tools, then you are well off. In fact, I would like to call myself as somebody who has been sent to you to come and do a repair of your mind. They are called counselors, they are called psychiatrists, they are called psychologists, they have studied how the mind works. When you go before a counselor, what does a counselor do? He listens, or she will listen to you and then begin to ask you several questions. Why? Because you are caught up in your own thoughts, you are caught up in your own emotions, so it's like you have entangled yourself and you are failing to come out. A counselor, a psychologist, a psychiatrist will help you to come out, not by removing you, but helping you to come out. And how do they do it? They help you to think through, to answer questions, to pay attention to your emotions. What is causing you to be depressed? What is causing you what you are calling a disappointment? What is calling you to be afraid is all up here and descending in your heart. And so when you become a master of your own destiny, what we call emotional intelligence. An emotional intelligent person is the one who is in charge over their feelings. They decide when to laugh and when not to laugh. They decide when to smile and when not to smile. So you cannot force them to smile. By the way, did you know that even at the level of the body, you can decide if somebody tickles you, you can decide not to laugh? They will touch you, but you just say, come on, leave me alone. Or you may enjoy the tickle before they even tickle you, you'll be all over jumping. It's your decision. So why should somebody change your course of the day? Because they have said something into your life. Because they have talked about that nose. Because they have talked about your head, because they have talked about something that you hold very dearly into your heart, because they have sent you that SMS which is insulting, because you have read something in your phone, and some of you even go to an extent of reading other people's phones, and then it hits you back. It does not only hit you, but it hurts you and you begin to hate. So why would somebody change the course of your direction? Why would you want to walk into a path that you have not chosen and which you don't even enjoy? Materially speaking, Why should I serve you food which you don't eat? Just because you respect me? Oh, it's Father who has given me. I'm going to eat. No, you have the choice after it is coming into your body. So why would you eat that which you don't want? Why will you think about something that you know these thoughts are not helpful? Why would you feel something that you know these feelings are causing me to wanting to revenge? These emotions want me to commit suicide. Why would you entertain them? It's because you have not learned how to come out. How to come out. And one of the methods, the first method I've just mentioned, is to recontextualize. Change the point of focus. And how do you change the point of focus? Recontextualize. How do you recontextualize? Begin to think about something. Call forth into your consciousness that which is pleasant, that which is good. Just like one can change the channel of the DSTV, one can play the music that they like, and that music will evoke natural, beautiful, nice feelings, because that is what you want to feel. Can you visit somebody who is going to talk to you, who is an encourager? And that is what we change the point of focus, and that is how we change, how we recontextualize. You change the context. Where you are, like I gave an example, in a hot room, that is a context. But are you condemned to remain in a hot room or in a very cold room? You can move out. When you move out, you have recontextualized. The second method in which you can work on your emotions and your feelings is simply to be grateful. Gratitude. You got me right? Gratitude. Now, what does gratitude do? Gratitude is an acceptance that the things that are happening now have happened and are happening for my own benefit. They are happening so that I may grow. Gratitude is a higher level of telling yourself not to fight that which is happening, that which has come against you, that which looks like it has come to destroy you. So you look at the positive aspect of what is happening. Take an example, what is happening in the world now. We have this pandemic of the coronavirus, so-called COVID-19. And so many lives have been lost, so many infections. In fact, we are scared because we can't believe that what we are hearing may one day come to your house, to your home, that what you have seen others talk about may be your own experience. That is so scary. But if you are going to be grateful, is to begin to say, but what positive things is COVID-19 bringing, or what has it brought? One of the things I can tell you, I for one, as a pastor who runs a church, and for 6 months, almost since January, we have never had an income, but all of a sudden our minds have opened. Why didn't we have a garden? Why didn't we have our own chicken run? Why didn't we raise broilers, layers to lay an egg a day for the house? Why did we depend totally on the people for the income? You find a pastor, he has preached, he has cast out devils, and at the end of the day, he's asking for tithes. If you had that anointing to cast out devils, why didn't you cast out the evil spirit of poverty? And you're contradicting yourself. I'm contradicting myself by bringing the good news and all of a sudden to tell them that actually I'm broke. How can you be broke when you are a custodian of the things of God? Well, how can you be rich spiritually and materially very poor? So gratitude will change the pain. It's to begin to see, well, after all, this thing, although it seems very bad, but it has brought some sanity in the way that we used to think about each other. The superpowers. Talk about the US. The US suddenly discovered that despite that they had the advanced weapons, they didn't have face masks. They didn't even have the ventilators in their hospitals. And yet they were called a superpower. So they asked Russia, they started asking their enemies. COVID-19, if one to be grateful, is to begin to see that this world has changed. just in front of my church, where we are complaining because of the noise of the bar. The bars have been shut now for close to good weeks, if not months. Now there is silence, there is peace. There is peace. So COVID-19 has helped us to have a sober life. Talk about the families. There are some married women who complain that their husbands used to reach home very late because they would go to a pub. They have been coming home early. So that is gratitude. Even the one who has insulted you and has evoked and provoked those negative emotions, will you say thank you to God for having these feelings, because now they are telling you about yourself, who you are, and what is it that you are holding on to, that which you are protecting, that which you want not to destroy. What is this reputation all about? Is it genuinely you? Okay? And how permanent is this thing? It is a call to re-examine myself. Why am I angry? Why am I upset? Why, instead of focusing on the what has been said and who has said it and why they should have said it, you focus on why am I feeling the way I'm feeling. Now, at the end of the day, you become grateful to say, God, I thank you that I am feeling the way I'm feeling, because now I'm learning something about myself. In the spirituality of Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono is the Hawaiian way of reconciling people or coming to terms with what is so-called negative. In this spirituality, we take 100%, you got me right, 100% responsibility over what I am seeing, what I am hearing. And I don't blame the outside world. I shift the focus and say, but why have I picked this? And so, for instance, a very bad example would be if you capture something, say a naked picture of somebody, the police, the law will visit you for being in possession with that type of a picture. They will not arrest the person, but you who is in possession. So your camera is in possession. If you hit somebody, they don't arrest and imprison the car, but the one who is driving. So you are every day and always responsible over what you feel, what you think. Take 100% responsibility over your thoughts. What you are seeing is because you looked there. This reminds me of the complaints that we have in our churches about the dress code. People want the whole world outside there to change. Why don't you change your mindset? Why don't you refocus? Why don't you rewind? Why don't you reanalyze and come to a conclusion that there is no need to fight what is out there? A medical doctor who has to examine patients does not look at their bodies from the way you are looking at those people who are actually dressed in your church. But he has recontextualized, and he's looking at the gratitude aspect of his job and is purely doing his job. So why don't you just go there to pray? Why are you not focused on God and you're focused on the people out there? This is not to say people can do anything they want. I'm talking about you. The 100% full responsibility. You will never manage to change the outside world. You will never manage to tell people what they are going to dress. But you can manage on how you look at them and how you appreciate what God has created. And that is what gratitude is all about. Gratitude is saying there is something beautiful which I'm missing. There is something nice that I have missed in the midst of everything. Talk about the waste management. Our governments now are engaging companies to go to that dump where they leave the rubbish dump, and there are scavengers there picking the plastics, and they are recycling, and and you don't know that mug, that cup that you say where it has been recycled from. They have recycled the waste, the thing that you threw away, the thing that could have been even regarded as waste, as poison. And then it has come back to us. You recycle your thoughts, your negativity. And that is where gratitude comes. When you have recycled your emotions, you begin to pick the best out of them. Then you discover, well, this was a great opportunity. A student who has failed an exam may fall into the trap of blaming that lecturer, blaming his friends for having disturbed him when he was studying or whatever, blaming the parents who never paid for the tuition fee, etc. When you look at gratitude, you ask yourself many, many questions about that exam, that paper. Was I really ready? Did I understand the material? And then, can I repeat? And after repeating, then you discover actually you should have, it was good that you failed. So it's better that you have done it again, because now you have grasped the intricacies and the complexity of the material. And lastly, on this program, it's the law of precision. What is precision? The law of precision simply means things are not just happening, they are following particular ways of being done. When we talk about water, it is in 3 states of matter. There's the liquid, the gas, and the solid. And these are flowing into each other. When the temperature changes, the water adapts itself to the temperature. It becomes liquid from solid. If the temperature becomes if the temperature becomes very low, from liquid it goes into gas. Gas again, it comes back as rain. Now, that is the law of precision. You were meant to adapt. You were not fixated. You have to learn to become vapor. You have to learn when to become solid and movable. And you have to learn how to become liquid. You can fit into any shape. When you pour water into a mug, it takes the shape of a mug. And you have to have that spirituality where you cannot be contained. That is the law of precision. And with the law of precision comes again to your thoughts, that every thought is measured, it is energy, and it is bringing its likeness into the one who is thinking. As you are thinking, quantum physics has told us you are affecting that which you are thinking about. When you look at a thing, you are affecting that which you are looking at. It is changing because thinking is energy. Now, if you can pay attention to your thoughts, if you can pay attention to your feelings, you will live longer. The 4th commandment, honor your father and your mother, that it may go well with you in the promised land. Who is your mother? Who is your father? Your mind, your heart, those are your parents. If you honor them, if you pay great respect to them, then it will go well with you wherever you will be. This has been Father Lastone Robert Lupupa, SJ, with the program Conversations with Father Lupupa. Until next time, for now, ciao.